Hello everyone, welcome back to Danganronpa. I am Dancy, this is Larson, that is Makoto.
Wow. Let's get
Uh,
into this.
yeah.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Wow. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much? Why are these hosts so... What's happening?
Why are they so aggressive?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of
It's
the way.
them two. They
Let's
got a
get back to the
rivalry or
main
something.
subject.
What's happening?
Why do we gotta put the two bitches people next to each other?
Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
Oh?
If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Yes,
What does he mean by
Byakuya.
that?
Would you like to explain that, Byakuya? Or are you just going to
No.
tell us we're an idiot if we don't think about
Explain
it ourselves?
Makoto. Makoto. What does that mean?
Makoto.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment
Yes.
room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you
No!
push the dolly no
How do I go back?
Shit!
So the
You
killer
can't go
just
back.
crouched
You have to
down
wait for them to
and turned the
talk
body off.
again.
If you accept everything, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
As we know, and from there,
Yeah, the culprit
As we
loaded
know.
it onto the dolly and wheeled it off.
As we know.
Vito.
Keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well,
Doesn't
yeah,
have a handle.
Yeah.
without a handle, all you'd have to do is
Ah!
bend over.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Remember? Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
Remember? Remember? Remember?
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
it seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that,
You
if
keep
you were
forgetting
wearing
about
such a
Toko.
rigid covered
She's just
suit,
here.
It's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance the costume was taken off because you can't take it off by yourself.
I got it!
I got a heart back.
I don't think
Yay.
taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I'm surrounded by dead people.
Wow. Me and my friends.
Uh,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help.
Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
I didn't make this stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Unless we want him looking like a transformer the entire trial.
That's true. It seems
Transformer.
impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten
Bitch.
it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really
He doesn't know what the
really
fuck's going
true
on
that
here.
Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
Indeed.
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Yeah, the one you probably staged yourself.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
Now that I look at it, is he leaning up against the wall? Like, is he leaned up against the wall?
Yeah, looks like it.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides,
Like, maybe Hifumi's
you
holding him
remember
up
what
and
the
he's
now
sweating
deceased
because he's
Hifumi
holding him
said?
up? Oh.
How did you get hurt?
It's all your voices. I love it.
That guy hit me.
What guy?
Robo Justice. Or that's what I decided to call him just now.
Hmm.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did
I mean,
it.
there kind of is. You're kind of
Before we
dragging.
rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Wow, they're matching
Let's review
poses.
this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
Me too.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Bitch, don't
Alright
make
then,
this about
let's
me.
take another look back at what happened. I suppose we can
Yes,
start
Sakura,
with
you're
this
really good at
morning.
explaining everything that happened. Can you do it again?
Really
All of us
am.
gathered together in the dining hall.
Oh my god, she
Kyoko,
is doing it
Oh my
again.
god.
Kyoko,
Fuck
and
me.
myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone.
Everyone's
That was
faces.
around
Here we
8
go.
a.m.
Editing Tayla. Put this
Editing Tayla.
video. Put this part of the video side by side with me reading it, and I'm just gonna play it and see how well my voice matches up to her actual voice. All right, you ready? Go.
And as soon as we split
Oh fuck! Fuck
Kyoko
you!
went missing.
Fuck you, Hina. You ruined it. After that,
After that,
Tina found Celeste in the rec
Celeste in the
room
rec room
on the third
and
floor.
quickly came to get Makoto and me.
Then quickly came and
It
got
seems I was
me.
unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That
Based
was
on the
when we saw
picture,
Celeste's
Celeste
and
took,
discovered that her
we discovered her
assailant
attacker was
wearing a
dressed in a
strange
strange costume.
As it
It
turns
was
out,
Robo
it was
Justice.
Robo Justice.
It also became
soon
clear
became
this
clear
Robo
that this
Justice
same
had
Robo
dragged
Justice
Hifumi
had
away.
abducted Hifumi.
Hifumi could just be holding him up.
We were soon
After
joined
meeting
in
up
our
with
search
Toko
by
and Bianchi,
Byakuya and
we
Tomo,
began searching
and
for
then
the
went on to
costume
find
assailant.
Hifumi in the library.
We found an injured
He
Hifumi
was
in the
injured,
library
so
on
we
the
took him
second
to the
floor.
nurse's office
We
and
took him
resumed
down
our
to the
search
nurse's
for the
office
suspect.
on the first
But
floor,
not long
then
after
resumed our
leaving
search.
the nurse's office.
But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
What's wrong?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then,
Hifumi screamed.
Yeah.
Huh?
What was that?
That came from downstairs. It must have been. Hifumi! He's in the nurse's office. This is bad! Come on, we have to go back!
at that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, however, we had just
But at the
discovered
same
Taka's
time,
body
we had
in the
discovered
equipment
Taka's
room.
body in the
We must
equipment
have found
room,
both
which
bodies
means
at
Hifumi
almost
and Taka's
exactly the
bodies
same
were
time.
discovered right around the same time. Because
the
I
same
remember hearing the
announcement
body
not
discovery
long after
announcement
we
play right
discovered
after
his
finding
body.
Taka.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising. We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room.
This can't be happening.
Are we hallucinating all of this or something?
But when we got there,
Same
we
pose.
discovered that Taka's body
Twinsies.
had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time,
She's got a
Celeste
snatched
informed us that
waist.
she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It
Too bad I
certainly
wasn't there
seems to
for
me
it.
that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. Yeah, we're gonna play some funky rave music at the same time.
Incredible.
Will it get you in the mood for
So,
solving some mystery?
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he
I want to
died
hear her
before
voice sounds like
Hifumi,
sped up.
or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
what makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
What?
So,
Regarding Taka, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the
This
Justice
one?
Hammers.
No.
No, I think it's the order. Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that, you bitch.
What makes you say?
Because of the numbering of the
The
Justice Hammers.
numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Hold Hold on.
Holy
There's
fuck.
no reason to assume
Wow.
that the hammers were used
Editing
in the
Tayla,
same
cut all of
order
that
as
trouble out.
Editing Tayla, please.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Maybe it was just his watch!
His watch.
How do I play this game? Oh, wristwatch.
Yay,
Now I
spelling.
understand.
I like that one.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Oh, I can put it on auto so I don't have to do anything. Hey you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? That's Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
Oh my.
But if that's
Wow.
true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
I mean, we is a strong word.
That's
Yeah.
exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That's right. We're all a fucking
may be
suspect.
true in the
I'm looking
case
at
of
all of you
Taka's
directly in the
murder.
eyes.
But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah. Why was that?
That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi! He's in the nurse's office! I'm reading the statement again! This is bad! Come on, we have to go back!
This is like the 3rd or 4th time it showed up
When
this
we heard
episode.
Hifumi screaming, we were
Yeah.
all together, except for Hiro and Kyoko.
Ugh.
Again.
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his
We're gonna
body.
let each person explain what happened separately.
I can't wait for Toko's turn. Yeah, so I was asleep.
They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had
Oh my.
disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Kiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
Himself.
That's true. We searched everywhere,
Moved himself.
but we couldn't
He must
figure out how
have.
to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
Okay. Let me hold up. So when we found his body, the trial started, right? Like that's when the announcement came on saying, investigation, like, trial's gonna be starting soon type thing, right?
I think the investigation happened after Hina's like crying thing, question mark. No, it happened. No, you're right. It happened after we saw Hifumi's body. We
So he
just
moved
kind of like
himself.
fucked around for a bit.
So he moved himself. He must have.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina
Yeah, I
took their
skipped
eyes
that
off of it.
flashback. What are you gonna do about it?
But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Well, what if I
Okay,
told you there was
Deo.
a way to make the impossible possible?
I don't know why that happened.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is... we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
See? I'm a genius.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
You know when both
But I mean,
Kyoko and
we found
Byakuya
his
agree with you,
body.
you're
He
right.
was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea is Fumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Whoa! Whoa!
Wee.
I have 2 hearts left. Okay, we have to be smart about this. We can absorb statements.
Yes.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we
Working with Swatch doesn't
really
have
so
nothing to
sure
do with
about
any of
that?
this.
Maybe the
Yeah.
announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I should have absorbed that statement, maybe.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you're supposed to absorb someone else's discovery and shoot it as Celeste's. You heard the
Are
body.
you saying that when
announcement.
we first found Hifumi and there's a chance he was actually still
No,
alive?
wait, I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
It is
thank God.
impossible.
It's fine, you fucked it up.
Hifumi was dead, without a
Hifumi was
doubt.
still alive.
And you know that surely you heard the body that
Hifumi's dead body.
No,
had
no,
been
I keep
that
doing the wrong
is
thing.
Why the announcement was made.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually...
No. It
I
is
think I have to
impossible.
absorb
Hifumi
her
was dead.
statement.
And you know that surely you heard the body
Hifumi's
dead body had been found.
And
Maybe.
that is why the
Are we
And what are you
Maybe
gonna
the
shoot it at?
announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh my god, did it not fucking...
Are you
I hate
saying that when we
everything.
first there's a chance?
You gotta remember you're only shooting at the things you want to argue with.
And you know that surely you
Yes.
heard the body
Hifumi's
Dead body had been found.
and that
Thank-
is why the announcement was made.
Are we
So you're saying it's
really
not
so
this
sure
bullet?
about that? Maybe
Do you
the
want to
announcement was
argue with
intended to
Kyoko about
signal
someone else's discovery?
No.
Then don't shoot at that one.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifu, there's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead.
And you know that.
How? Surely you heard the body discovery. Hifumi's
Dead body had
and that is why
Are we really
so sure.
Maybe the announcement was intended
Intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he was actually...
No. It is in Hifumi
I like
was
hearing
dead.
their sped up
And you know
voices.
that.
Surely you heard the body.
Alvin and the
Hifumi's
Chipmunks.
Dead body had been found.
No,
Okay.
that's wrong.
So I have to
Bada
shoot
bing,
it at
bada
someone I'm
boom.
arguing with.
Yes. You
Come
shoot
with
at
the
the
game.
people you argue with.
Was the body
Hence, trigger
discovery
happy
announcement
havoc.
that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
And who the
First of
announcement
all,
was
if two bodies had
for.
been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Can you take it off of auto?
We heard the body discovery
Huh?
announcement twice.
Okay, there. The second body discovery announcement.
First time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when...
We'll figure out the second time when. Next time.
No, I have
Dan-
to choose right now. What do you
have
mean?
To,
I
you
a
have
timer.
to choose. Oh my fucking god. You're right.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Both the bodies.
Both the bodies. Ding dong, bing bong. Hey, guess what, fuckers? A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
And what does that mean? Yeah. One of them had just died. And whatever that means, we'll figure it out next time on Dancy Plays.